It seems the time has come, because today is your last day, Saiyan? Said the man who looked exactly like another Goku. Okay, Gamora, hit me. I am already seeing double. Quill said, rubbing his eyes. No, Quill, it really is another Goku, Gamora said. But how is that possible? Carol gasped in shock. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. It's not that hard to explain. You could say that I am Goku Black. Black Goku announced. That is a terrible name, Stark commented. Coming from Iron Man, Black replied with a mocking smirk. And what exactly do you want? Carol demanded. I will tell you that after I finish Son Goku, Black shouted. He lunged forward and delivered a devastating kick that sent Goku flying several meters back. Goku! Carol screamed. She rushed at Black, but he effortlessly dodged her strike. I do not want any annoyances. Son Goku, you better follow me alone. That is, unless you want me to destroy this miserable planet and everyone on it. Black threatened before blasting off into space. Damn it. I have to go. Goku grunted as he recovered. I am coming with you, Carol declared. No, Carol, it is too dangerous. You heard him. I am his target, not you guys. I will stop him right now, Goku said before flying after Black. But Goku, Carol protested. Do not worry, Carol. Goku is a tough guy to kill. Quill reassured her. We have to trust him. Steve added. Quill, we better get going, Gamora said. Why, Gamora? Quill asked. I am picking up a distress signal. It is from an Asgardian refugee ship, Gamora explained. All right, let's go, Quill said as he and the Guardians boarded their ship. At the Sanctum Sanctorum, Doctor Strange and Wong were walking down the stairs when a bright light suddenly crashed through the roof of the sanctum. Thanos is coming. He is coming? Bruce Banner warned frantically. Who? Doctor Strange asked in confusion. With the Avengers. Well, that was weird, Stark muttered. Avengers, I need you to come with me, Doctor Strange commanded as he walked in. Excuse me, who are you? Stark asked. I am Dr. Stephen Strange. A massive threat is on the way, Strange replied. What kind of threat? Cap asked. The Thanos kind, Strange stated. Thanos. Goku warned us about him. The lunatic who wants to balance the universe using the 6 Infinity Stones. Sam remembered. Exactly. He already has 2 stones. Power and space. He must be heading for the Reality or Soul Stone next, Strange explained. And how are you so sure about that? Stark asked. Because the Time and Mind Stones are right here, Strange said, pointing at Vision and revealing his own Time Stone. Suddenly everyone looked up to see a massive donut-shaped ship descending over the city. 4 individuals stepped out declaring themselves the children of Thanos. Sorry, Earth is closed today. So pack your bags and get out, Stark ordered. Stonekeeper, does this chattering animal speak for you? Ebony Maw asked Strange. Certainly not. I speak for myself. You are trespassing in this city and on this planet, Strange declared. He means get lost, Squidward, Stark added. He exhausts me. Bring me the stone, Ebony Maw commanded. The Black Order attacked the Avengers, but they were easily overpowered by the combined strength of the team and Carol. They are incredibly strong, Corvus Glaive groaned. And their strongest fighter isn't even here, Carol noted. Damn it, we better inform our father about this. We will meet again, Avengers, Ebony Maw threatened as he and his ship retreated. And they are gone, Nat said. For now. As soon as Thanos gets the other stones, he will come for the ones here. And I am certain he will not come alone, Bruce Banner said, stepping out of a portal. Banner, where have you been hiding? Stark asked. Long story, Bruce replied. Well, we need to hear it, and we need to figure out how to take the stone out of Vision without killing him, Stark said. I know a place, Cap announced. With Goku. After trading a few blows in space, Goku and Black landed on a desolate planet. All right, I want an explanation, Goku demanded. I suppose I can grant you a final wish. When you fought on Xander and against other enemies, everyone witnessed your massive potential. A group of rogue Skrulls infiltrated Nowhere and used the Reality Stone to create me. But that wasn't all. We used the Reality Stone again to view a timeline where you never arrived in this universe. That is how I learned all your techniques, Black explained. I see. That is how you knew I was a Saiyan, Goku realized. Exactly. And not just that, Black yelled as his power surged, transforming him into a Super Saiyan. The Super Saiyan, Goku gasped in shock. Did you really think you were the only one who could do it? I hate waiting, so let's finish this right now, Black declared as he launched his assault on Goku. To avoid drawing out the story, events unfolded as they normally would. The Guardians found Thor, while others split up to face Thanos or forge Stormbreaker. Thanos sacrificed Gamora to obtain the Soul Stone. The only difference was that everyone headed straight to Earth instead of Titan. In Wakanda, Shuri was analyzing vision while Scott Lang, Clint Barton, and the Guardians arrived. Note: remember Goku prevented the Avengers from breaking up and being arrested in this timeline. Something is breaching the upper atmosphere, Okoye warned. It's them, Carol stated. Evacuate the city and engage all defenses. Let's move, T'Challa ordered. The Avengers alongside all the heroes and armies marched toward the battlefield. Massive drop ships crashed from the sky, while Thanos' main vessel hovered above waiting for the stones. Cap, if those things circle the perimeter, there won't be anything standing between them and vision, Bruce Banner warned as he watched the Outriders trying to flank them. We need to keep them focused on us, Cap said. And how do we do that? Okoye asked. By opening the barrier, T'Challa declared. On my signal, open Sector 17 Northwest. He ordered over the comms. This will be the end of Wakanda, M'Baku grumbled. Then it will be the noblest end in history. Okoye replied proudly. Wakanda forever. T'Challa roared, leading the charge as the heroes sprinted toward the opening barrier. Now, T'Challa shouted, the Avengers, Guardians, and all the heroes engaged in a brutal war, but they were slowly being overwhelmed by the sheer number of Outriders. There are way more than last time, Peter yelled. Yeah, like 10 times more. There are too many of them, Ag. Banner screamed as the Outriders dragged him down. Suddenly a blinding beam of light crashed into the battlefield. A glowing axe tore through the Outrider ranks. The god of thunder Thor had arrived. Bring me Thanos, Thor roared as he leaped into the air and slammed Stormbreaker into the ground, devastating the enemy forces. With Thor's arrival, the battle turned in their favor. They destroyed the drop ships, preventing any escape. Then a beam of light descended from the main ship. Thanos and his children had arrived. You bastard, what did you do to Gamora? Quill screamed, charging at him, but he was instantly blasted back by the Power Stone. Thanos, Thor roared, throwing Stormbreaker. Thanos used the Space Stone to open a portal and easily dodged the axe. Bring me the stones, Thanos ordered the Black Order. We will, Father, Proxima Midnight replied. Thanos' army attacked with renewed fury, deploying massive spiked wheels that forced the heroes to retreat until Scarlet Witch intervened. Wanda, we need you to fall back and protect Vision, Sam shouted over the comms. I'm on my way, Wanda said, but she was suddenly struck down by Proxima Midnight. You aren't going anywhere. You are going to die right here alone, Proxima sneered. She is not alone, Natasha Romanoff said, appearing alongside Okoye, Carol, Nebula, and Mantis. The women launched a coordinated assault on Proxima, delivering the beating of her life. Meanwhile, Thanos engaged Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor simultaneously. Even without all the stones, his raw power allowed him to hold his ground against all of them. He then took a massive blow from Carol Danvers. Doctor Strange seized the opening and bound Thanos with mystical whips while Iron Man tried to pry the gauntlet off. Open fire, Thanos commanded. But sire, our troops, Corvus Glaive protested. Just do it, Thanos roared. The massive ship rained devastating cannon fire across Wakanda, putting the heroes at a severe disadvantage until, with Goku 30 minutes earlier, Goku was lying on the ground exhausted, watching Black laugh maliciously. Despite appearances, Black was also worn out from the intense battle. It's over, Son Goku. There is nothing you can do against me, Goku Black mocked. I won't give up, Goku grunted. Have you looked at yourself, Saiyan? You look like trash lying there with no energy. You stand absolutely no chance against me, Black sneered. Shut up, Goku roared, launching himself at Black. They traded vicious punches, kicks, and even headbutts, but it was no use. Goku fell back to the ground. Ha 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 ha. Just give up, Son Goku, Black laughed. Goku forced himself up once more and charged. Black prepared to strike, but Goku quickly sidestepped and shouted, Kamehameha. Goku fired a massive blast. Black was shocked that Goku mastered the technique so quickly and failed to dodge, taking the full force of the attack. Damn USAIYAN, Black roared, emerging from the smoke heavily damaged, but with a wicked smile. Well, I must admit I underestimated you, but that attack drained the last of your energy, Black noted as he watched Goku panting heavily. Damn it, Goku gasped, collapsing to his knees. Ha 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 ha. I have to admit you were a great opponent, but this is the end, Black said, grabbing Goku by the hair. You know, after I kill you I will go to Earth and slaughter Carol, and then those pathetic Avengers, and finally the Guardians, Carol. My friends, Quill, Goku whispered. Goku clenched his fists so tightly the ground began to shake, forcing Black to let him go. What is happening? Black muttered. I wouldn't call myself a hero of justice or a superhero, Goku declared as his hair spiked up even higher. But if anyone, he continued as crackling lightning began to surge around his body. Dares to hurt the people I care about. Goku roared, clenching his fists as the tremors grew violent. I will never forgive them. Goku screamed, launching himself at Black with blinding speed. I will never forgive you. Goku roared, delivering a brutal one-sided beatdown in a matter of seconds. What the hell happened? Why is his power so massive now? Black gasped, clutching his shattered shoulder. This is your end. Kamehame, ha. Goku roared, unleashing a catastrophic blast. Black tried to counter with his own Kamehameha, but Goku's overwhelming power completely consumed him, reducing Black to ashes. Goku collapsed unconscious from pure exhaustion, and was instantly teleported away to recover his energy. What? Where am I? Goku groaned. It is a pleasure to see you again. The One Above All greeted him. The One Above All. What am I doing here? Goku asked. I brought you here to restore your energy. I watched your entire battle against Goku Black. It was incredible. I also saw you achieve Super Saiyan 2. The One Above All said, surprising Goku. Super Saiyan 2. How many are there? Goku asked. There are 3. The others involve divine energy, but that doesn't matter right now. You need to know what is happening. The One Above All warned. What is it? Goku asked. The One Above All quickly explained everything that had transpired since he left. Damn it, I leave for 5 minutes, and everything goes straight to hell. Goku cursed. Thanos is on Earth. I have to fight him. I need to go, Goku stated firmly. If you leave now, you will arrive in 10 minutes. With your current power, you should be able to defeat him provided you stop him from getting all 6 Infinity Stones. Whoa, and you will need this. The One Above All said, handing him something. What is this? Goku asked. A nanotechnology gauntlet. The One Above All replied. A what? Goku asked in confusion. It doesn't matter, just go. The One Above All urged. Right, I'm going. By the way, about Gamora, can I ask you a huge favor? Goku asked. Of course, but ask later. Go now. The One Above All ordered. Right. Goku nodded. On Earth. Open fire. Thanos commanded. But sire, our troops. Corvus Glaive protested. Just do it. Thanos roared. The ship began to bombard Wakanda, forcing the heroes onto the defensive until the cannons suddenly aimed toward the sky, confusing Carol and the others. What is going on? Sam asked, flying overhead. Friday, what are they firing at? Tony asked his AI. Something just breached the upper atmosphere. Friday reported. What? Carol asked in confusion. The cannons kept firing upward when suddenly a golden streak of light tore straight through the massive ship, causing it to explode in a spectacular fireball, shocking Thanos and the Avengers. The golden light decimated the remaining Outriders at blinding speed before landing gracefully in front of the Avengers. Goku! Everyone shouted, but Carol's voice was the loudest as she sprinted forward and threw her arms around him. Who is this guy? Thor and Banner asked. Goku, I was so worried about you, Carol said. It's okay, I'm right here with you. Goku smiled. Yeah, that's very romantic. And all, but am I the only one who noticed he has lightning coming out of him? Rhoda yelled. What? Thor asked, looking thoroughly impressed. Long story. I will explain everything after we deal with Thanos, Goku promised. Goku, Gamora, she's? Quill started to say. I know, Quill, I know. Don't worry, I have a plan for that. Goku said, giving him a reassuring smile, and gently pulling away from Carol. What happened to Black? Peter asked. I beat him. That's all I'll say for now. I'll give you the details later, but right now. Goku said, turning to face Thanos. Damn it. Thanos growled, charging at Goku, who rushed to meet him. Goku engaged Thanos in a ferocious battle. Realizing he was outmatched, even with 4 Infinity Stones, Thanos quickly opened a portal and vanished from sight. Where did he go? Did he run away? Stark asked. I don't think so, Nebula warned. Stay alert, Goku commanded. With Vision. Vision was lying on the table, while Shuri worked frantically to remove the stone. Suddenly a portal opened in the lab and Thanos stepped through. You fools, Thanos sneered. The guards and Shuri tried to stop him, but their efforts were completely useless. With the Avengers, they were frantically searching for Thanos when a loud crash echoed through the air like shattering glass. Everyone turned and saw Vision's lifeless body hit the ground, missing the Mind Stone. Vision! Wanda screamed, bursting into tears and running to his side. Damn it, he has 5 of them now, Quill yelled. Yeah, but look at him, he seems exhausted, Clint pointed out. The stones are taking a massive toll on his body, Nebula explained. While those Infinity Stones are no joke, none of us should ever try to use that gauntlet or it will kill us, Carol warned. That's for sure, Natasha agreed. I wasn't planning on trying it anyway, Scott added. We have to protect Strange at all costs. Where is Strange? Stark yelled. He already has him. Cap shouted, pointing to Thanos, who was holding Strange by the throat. You have many tricks, wizard, but you never used your best weapon. Thanos gloated as he ripped the time stone from the eye of Agamotto and placed it into his gauntlet, screaming in agonizing pain as the power surged through him. Thanos Thaw roared, hurling Stormbreaker. Thanos tried to counter with a blast from all 6 stones, but the axe cleaved straight through the energy beam and buried itself deep into his chest. I told you would die for that, Thor growled. You should have gone for the head. Thanos gasped as he vanished into a portal. He used the reality stone. Quill realized. Now I will finish what we started, proud warrior son Goku. Thanos sneered, appearing behind him and delivering a devastating blow enhanced by the power stone. The other Avengers rushed to stop Thanos, but only Goku, Thor, and Carol could even put up a fight. Carol and Thor were sent flying by a massive shockwave, leaving only Goku to resist his inevitable destiny. Goku made one final desperate attempt to stop him, grabbing the gauntlet, but Thanos swatted him away. I am inevitable, Thanos declared, snapping his fingers. The Avengers closed their eyes, bracing for the end, but they snapped open when absolutely nothing happened. Okay, what just happened? Carol asked. Thanos looked completely bewildered as he stared at his empty gauntlet. The stones were gone. The stones they're missing? Natasha gasped. Yeah, but where are they? Carol asked. Everyone turned to Goku as a mechanical hum filled the air. Goku raised his hand, revealing the nanotechnology gauntlet the one above all had given him. All 6 infinity stones were glowing brightly on his knuckles. As the stones locked into place, Goku screamed as a blinding, searing pain tore through his body, nearly causing him to pass out. But he gritted his teeth and held on. Goku! Carol screamed, terrified by what her boyfriend was about to do. She tried to fly to him, but Stark and Quill held her back. And I am Kakarot, Goku declared, raising his hand and snapping his fingers, unleashing a blinding white light that completely consumed the battlefield. The tension was suffocating as the brilliant white light slowly faded. When the heroes regained their vision, they cautiously looked around. To their absolute astonishment, the entire army of Thanos was disintegrating, turning into drifting ash before their very eyes. What just happened? Natasha asked, voicing the question on everyone's mind. We won. That's what happened, Steve said with a weary smile. Smiles broke out across the faces of the weary heroes as the reality of their victory set in. But the joy was instantly shattered when they looked over and saw Goku slumped against a shattered boulder. He looked completely broken, hovering on the very edge of death. Go, Goku! Carol screamed, tears streaming down her face. Hey, look at me, Goku! Carol begged, falling to her knees beside him. Carol, I'm sorry, Goku whispered weakly. Goku, please don't go. Stay here, with me. Carol pleaded, openly weeping. Goku mumbled, but he couldn't finish. His eyes fluttered shut and his head fell limp. Goku, no! Carol cried out in anguish. The rest of the Avengers watched in heartbroken silence as their friends slowly slipped away. Step back, Strange commanded. What? Carol asked, tears streaming down her face. Suddenly Goku's lifeless body began to emit a soft glowing light. What is happening? Quill asked in confusion. The glow intensified and then faded, revealing Goku standing perfectly upright. Not a single scratch remained on his body, and his torn clothes were miraculously repaired. What just happened? Goku asked, looking down at his hands in disbelief. We are all wondering the exact same thing, Stark said, staring in awe. Just because I like you. A voice echoed inside Goku's head. The one above all. Goku thought to himself. That's right, you owe me 2 favors now. The one above all said, just as Gamora suddenly appeared out of thin air behind the group. Well, I don't know what kind of favors the god of this universe could possibly need, but all right, Goku replied mentally. What happened? Gamora asked, looking around in total confusion. Gamora! Quill shouted, rushing toward her. Quill! Gamora smiled. Goku! Carol cried, throwing her arms around his neck in a desperate hug. Hey, Carol! Goku smiled, warmly hugging her back. But, how is this possible? Carol asked, wiping her tears. Well, I called in a few favors from a very powerful friend, Goku explained with a grin. A friend? Stark asked, raising an eyebrow. What kind of friends do you have that can literally bring people back from the dead? Natasha asked incredulously. Long story. Goku laughed as he stood up. Are you sure you are okay? Carol asked, checking him for injuries. I'm perfectly fine, Carol, Goku assured her, giving her a soft kiss and wrapping his arm around her waist. So what are we going to do with the stones? Banner asked, looking at the discarded gauntlet. And what about Vision? Wanda asked softly. We can fix that, Goku said, walking over to the gauntlet. Goku, no? Carol shouted, grabbing his arm to pull him back. He really does have a death wish, doesn't he? Rode muttered. Goku carefully pulled the Mind Stone free from the gauntlet. Wanda, we need to repair his body. And then placed the stone back inside him. He will come back, Goku said, gently handing her the glowing yellow gem. Thank you, Goku, Wanda said, throwing her arms around him in a grateful hug. You don't need to thank me. I just did what had to be done. Goku smiled, returning the hug, while Carol watched from the side, feeling a sudden twinge of jealousy. Wanda quickly took Vision's lifeless body and rushed off to find Shuri. The Avengers agreed to distribute the remaining Infinity Stones to keep them safe. The Power Stone was entrusted to the Nova Corps. The Soul Stone was returned to Vormir. The Reality Stone went back to the Collector. The Space Stone was given to Thor for safekeeping, and Doctor Strange took back the Time Stone. The massive armies finally dispersed, and the weary Avengers headed back to the compound. By the way, I don't think we've officially met, Goku said, looking over at Banner and Thor. Hello, it's great to meet you. I am Son Goku, but you can just call me Goku. He smiled, offering his hand. It's a pleasure. I'm Bruce Banner, Bruce said, shaking his hand. I am Thor, God of Thunder. Thor introduced himself. Yeah, I know, the Avengers told me all about you guys. Goku grinned. I have a question. Why were you surrounded by lightning earlier? Thor asked curiously. Honestly, I have absolutely no idea, Goku admitted. Aren't you supposed to have blonde hair? Banner asked, looking at his black spikes. Oh, that was my Super Saiyan 2 transformation, Goku explained casually. I don't understand. Banner frowned. Whoa, right, I forgot to mention I am from a completely different universe. Goku laughed. Another universe? Is that even possible? Thor asked in disbelief. Yep. Goku nodded. Banner's scientific curiosity instantly took over, and he began bombarding Goku with hundreds of questions, which Goku happily answered as best he could. Somewhere deep in space, minutes earlier, 5 individuals were traveling in a specialized research vessel when a blinding flash of white cosmic energy slammed into their ship. The intense wave of raw power fundamentally altered their DNA, granting them extraordinary abilities, though they wouldn't realize it until much later. Back at the Avengers compound. Finally, after all that chaos, we are back home. Natasha sighed, dropping onto the couch. Yet today was definitely not a normal day. Rode agreed, stretching his sore back. Not even close. First a Skrull infiltrates the base, then a massive invasion, then an evil shadow clone of Goku attacks us, and then Thanos shows up. Sam listed, shaking his head in disbelief. Yet today was definitely crazy. Goku agreed with a tired laugh. I think everyone just needs to get some rest, Steve said, giving Goku a knowing look. We definitely do, Carol agreed, taking Goku's hand and leading him toward their bedroom. That was a really rough day. Goku sighed as the door closed behind them. It really was, Carol agreed softly. Goku peeled off his torn gi, leaving him standing only in his boxers, while Carol stepped into the bathroom to change. When Carol walked out, she stopped dead in her tracks. She stared at Goku's incredibly toned muscular physique and blushed furiously. Goku, Carol stammered, her face burning. I hope you don't mind me sleeping like this. Last time I fell asleep in my clothes, but I usually sleep like this, Goku explained innocently. No, I don't mind at all, Carol replied, a playful smirk slowly replacing her embarrassment. Goku climbed into bed, and Carol slid in beside him. They rolled over to face each other. What's wrong, Carol? Goku asked, noticing the intense way she was looking at him. Nothing, it's just, I don't know what I would have done if you had died today, Carol whispered, her voice trembling with leftover fear. Carol, I am right here and I am never going to leave you, Goku promised, gently cupping her cheek. Goku, I love you, Carol confessed softly. I love you too, Carol. Goku smiled warmly. Carol couldn't hold back anymore. She leaned in and captured his lips in a deep, passionate kiss. Goku melted into the kiss, wrapping his arms around her. After a few minutes, they broke apart and drifted off to sleep with matching smiles on their faces. The next morning, Goku woke up slowly and saw Carol still sleeping peacefully beside him. He carefully lifted his arm, trying not to wake her, and quietly slid out of bed. He leaned over and pressed a soft kiss to her cheek before leaving the room. He greeted Steve, who was already awake in the lounge, and headed straight for the gravity machine to start his morning training. Meanwhile, Carol was sleeping soundly, or so it seemed. In reality, she was trapped in a terrifying nightmare. Carol's nightmare. Good morning, Goku. Carol smiled, seeing her boyfriend standing in the doorway. Good morning, Carol, Goku replied, walking toward her. Carol smiled and leaned up to give him a sweet morning kiss. They spent a few minutes getting ready before heading downstairs to join the others. But when they reached the lounge, it was completely empty. The lights were off and it was far too dark for a normal morning. Well, well, what a surprise. A chilling voice echoed through the darkness. It sounded exactly like Goku. What did you say, Goku? Carol asked, turning to him. What are you talking about, Carol? Goku asked, looking confused. You just said something, right? Carol asked. No, I didn't. Goku replied. It wasn't him? The voice mocked from the shadows. Who is there? Carol demanded. Me. Black Goku whispered, appearing directly behind Goku, and driving a glowing blade of purple ki straight through his back. Goku, you bastard! Carol screamed, tears blurring her vision as she launched herself at Black. I'm still alive. Black sneered, effortlessly dodging her attack. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. The words echoed in her mind as everything faded to black. The last thing she saw was Goku's lifeless eyes staring at her. Carol shot up in bed, gasping for air and clutching her chest in terror. Black is still alive, Carol whispered to herself, trembling. She frantically looked around the room and panicked when she realized Goku was gone. She threw off the covers and bolted out of the bedroom. Good morning, Carol. I'm surprised to see you up this early. Steve greeted her from the kitchen. Good morning. Yeah, I guess I just woke up early. Do you know where Goku is? Carol asked urgently. He's in the gravity machine Tony built for him. Steve replied. Thank you, Carol said, sprinting toward the training room. Goku! Carol screamed as she threw open the door. Inside the machine, Goku heard her desperate cry, and quickly powered down the gravity to step outside. Hey Carol, good morning. Goku smiled, but his eyes widened in surprise when she threw herself into his arms, hugging him like her life depended on it. Carol, are you okay? You're scaring me when you act like this, Goku asked, gently wrapping his arms around her trembling form. Black is still alive, Carol whispered, her voice shaking. What are you talking about? That's impossible. I watched him disintegrate with my own eyes. Goku insisted. I saw it. I had a horrible nightmare. Carol sobbed softly. Do you want to talk about it? Goku asked softly, rubbing her back. Yes, I really need to. Carol nodded. Come here, let's sit down. Goku led her to the stairs, and they sat down together. Carol rested her head on his shoulder, and Goku wrapped a protective arm around her. Tell me exactly what you dreamed about, Goku said, looking at her with absolute focus. We woke up like normal, and went down to the lounge, but nobody was there. The lights were all off and it was pitch black. Then I heard a voice that sounded exactly like yours, but it wasn't you. And then I saw him stab you through the chest with a purple blade, and he just kept repeating, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Carol cried, burying her face in his neck. Carol, the first, I'm right here with you and I promise I am never going to leave you. Goku swore, holding her tighter. You are incredible. Carol whispered, hugging him desperately. I love you, Carol. Goku said softly, kissing the top of her head. I love you too, Carol replied. Are you really still alive, you miserable bastard? Goku thought to himself, his eyes narrowing in fierce determination, as he held his terrified girlfriend. Outside the Avengers base. Damn you, Saiyan? Black growled, glaring down at the massive compound from a distant hill. I swear I will end your miserable life. And I finally found a way to do it. Black sneered, pulling out a holographic image of the Super Saiyan Rose transformation. And I found a powerful ally. Black smirked. It is time to eliminate the Avengers, Kang the Conqueror stated, stepping out of a temporal portal. Yes, but remember our deal. You provide me with future technology to enhance my abilities, and I will exterminate the most annoying Avengers for you, starting with Son Goku, Black reminded him. I remember the terms, Kang replied, turning and walking away. But before I destroy you, Goku, I am going to destroy the thing you love most, Black promised, staring directly at Carol through the walls of the base. Inside the Avengers base, Goku was training harder than he ever had in his life. He pushed himself to the absolute limit, determined to master the Super Saiyan 2 form so he could obliterate Black if he ever dared to show his face again. But a dark premonition gnawed at his gut, telling him it still wouldn't be enough. He amplified the gravity, and trained so intensely that the sheer shockwaves of his power began shaking the entire compound to its foundations. I think someone is a little too focused on their workout, Sam yelled, gripping the wall to keep from falling over. Someone needs to stop him before he brings the whole building down on our heads, Natasha shouted over the rumbling. Everyone instantly turned to look at Carol. She sighed heavily and blasted off down the hall at top speed. Goku, honey, you need to calm down. You are literally shaking the entire base apart, Carol called out, using her sweetest voice to break his intense concentration. I'm sorry, love. It's just, with everything going on with Black and all these threats, I got a little carried away in my training. Goku apologized, powering down and floating back to the floor. Carol blushed deeply and smiled warmly at the word love. It proved they were taking another big step forward in their relationship. Don't worry so much. I know that no matter what happens you will always protect me. And I will always protect you, Carol said, wrapping her arms around his neck. I know we will. Goku smiled, pulling her close by the waist and kissing her deeply. We should probably head back to the others before they think the building is actually collapsing. Goku chuckled, breaking the kiss. Right, let's go. Carol agreed, taking his hand with a bright smile. Wow, that guy has a seriously terrifying amount of power, Banner noted as they walked back into the lounge. Indeed. I think I shall challenge him to a friendly spar, Thor boomed happily. I really wouldn't recommend doing that, Sam warned, shaking his head. Hey guys, sorry about the earthquake. Goku apologized sheepishly as they entered the room. Don't worry about it. The important thing is they managed to stop you, Natasha said, giving Carol a knowing smirk, which made the blonde hero blush. Hey Goku, Thor called out. What's up, Thor? Goku asked. Would you be interested in a friendly sparring match? Thor asked, holding out his hand to summon Stormbreaker. I would love to. That sounds like a lot of fun. Goku agreed eagerly. His Saiyan blood always thrilled at the prospect of a good fight. If you two are going to fight, at least have the decency to do it far away so you don't destroy the rest of the planet. Steve sighed, crossing his arms. Don't worry, we will go far away, Goku promised. Alright Thor, let's go, Goku said, turning to Carol. I will see you in a little bit, love, he said, giving her a quick kiss. See you later. Actually, if you're not too tired, maybe we could go out and do something fun tonight, Carol suggested hopefully. I would absolutely love that, Goku agreed with a bright, excited smile. Alright Thor, let's do this, Goku shouted, blasting off into the sky with the God of Thunder right behind him, in a remote wasteland far from civilization. Alright Thor, don't hold anything back, Goku said, dropping into his classic fighting stance. I wouldn't dream of it, Thor roared as dark clouds gathered and lightning crashed around him. The two immensely powerful warriors charged at each other at blinding speed, beginning an epic clash of titans.